Hey everyone, WW2 here, and welcome back to Civ 3 World War II. Alright. Still no one at Okinawa. And annoyingly, I still can't properly bomb anything out there. That's really frustrating. Oh well, that shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna have the rest of them. Yeah, just move up with the rest. It'll take a turn for everyone to get in range anyway. Oh right. Yeah, I forgot, I gotta go through the enemy there too. I was just trying to take out the radar tower. Okay, I just wanted to take out that fighter, and I think we did. So I'm going to send my fleet, well, not much of a fleet, my transport, though, up to Okinawa first, give us a little more time to wear down Saipan. I don't imagine there's much here. It's probably got a handful of guys and might take a little bit to deal with. Especially when we keep missing. Come on. Why is this here? Definitely want to get those Spitfires in the air. Oh, right, no, I need that Lancaster. And that Bismarck turned around, right, I forgot about that. I don't know where it's going. That might mean that we would have to deal with subs for a little while, though. If there's something important enough to draw a Bismarck, it'll probably draw the subs. It's weird, though, because I have no clue what it would be. Yeah, I guess we can use these Lancasters now. I wanted to deal with as many planes as possible. These fighters are a lot more difficult to dislodge than other countries' fighters. Really? Couldn't just finish it off? At least we killed one of the Japanese at Saipan. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Come on. How is everyone missing? You kidding? Well, at least it was something. Awesome. We may be able to take it this turn. Okay, Edmonton should be good now. Yeah, if it grows again, it's got enough. It's got a place for the person to work. I think I sent a worker up to do this. I'll wait till the auto move section and see if I spot him. Alright, that one's all done. You know what, you guys go up here. No one has been doing any work on that city, and it looks like it could be pretty productive. Oh, right. Yeah. Pollution. New Gurkha. Cool, cool. Persians out here clogging up my roads again. I still cannot believe Valentines don't have Blitz. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. If that... Is that the Cromwells, or is it the Crusaders? I think it's Crusaders that we get next. Yeah, that are barely better. If those have Blitz, then it makes sense. Oh, that's hilarious. Crusaders are about dangerous medieval fighters. The mission... This is actually talking about the unit, the Crusader. I don't even know if they're... Okay, I couldn't remember if regular units were still in the Civilopedia. You just couldn't use them at all, for obvious reasons, but... No, it looks like they're not. That would have been funny. Taking Okinawa, I might put one of those paratroopers in there. Because if the Japanese try to take it back, that's right on top of them. It would entirely depend on where the transports are, but they could probably do it. That should marginally help. Why does it look like ivory? If it's... That really is confusing. Like, the fact that there's multiples of different kinds. There's 2 coffees, 2 tobaccos, 2 wines, and I'm pretty sure a lot of those you can't even get anyway. You know, I should probably irrigate these now that I think about it. This turn 2 of a production? No, this just started. Okay, we may be able to take Brest this turn. I have a fleet right here that can effectively bombard. So if I remember right, Blackburns couldn't make it off of England because of how short their range was. So if I want to transport Spitfires from there, I have to use a carrier. But I have some carriers sitting around doing nothing, and I don't know I'll need them for anything else. I could probably use them for that. Send them out into the Atlantic. Because the Atlantic is pretty safe at this point. Prince of Wales, King George V. I think they both got bombed, but we should be okay, right? Cool. Yeah, it's not ideal. Okay. So first... before I do anything else, I'm gonna need to make sure we can actually take this thing. Wow. That's just a German infantry. They have as good a defense as those half-tracks, though, which are motorized German infantry. Yeah, no, I kind of expected that. Annoying though it is. There we go. Barracks immediately. All the transported. Okay, all of you fortify for the moment. Those have 4 hit points at a veteran. Yeah, so do regular destroyers, right? Yeah. Oh, I could have used Marines. That would have made my life way easier. There's a lot of tanks. Which is good. I'm probably going to need them all. Next turn, I throw all my Blackburns inside. Okay, so we're starting off with the Matildas. I'm going to want all of my Matildas in there. Every one of them. And then as many Valentines as I can get. Once those are done, I'll look at the rest, but we're going to need a lot of defensive and counterattack capability. You know, at least these cruisers can blitz. They have that. Oh yeah, and the flak. Okay, I'll send 3 flak. I want to leave a couple here because my Lancasters, I still have some stationed here. Although I could move them. It won't matter that much anymore. Because I don't... Yeah, I might do that actually. I could move them to one of these where I have established fighter cover, move all the rest of my Spitfires from here to here, and then move my fleet. That way, everything is under fighter cover. Except this city, which they can bomb, but it's not a huge deal. This isn't one of my biggest producers anyway. I might do that, we'll see. Alright, let's get our Marines in. They only have 1 movement, but their high attack is a pretty big deal. You know, let's actually build an airport first. I'm going to try to use these ships as extra fighter cover. Or not fighter cover, extra anti-air and bomber absorption. They're all just going to chill in here. Because the Germans should not be able to take it back. Certainly not in 1 turn. Like I said, they have nothing that can reach us that fast because of all the natural walls that this place has got set up. Given that I've got so many planes, and it's all outside of his fighters. You know, he can't really do anything about it. This will give us an excellent foothold that we can use to keep the Germans out of our hair. I just need to get proper fighter cover set up in here. That's going to be the trickiest part. Okay, all Marines are inside. Let's start loading up Cruiser Mark 4s. You're here. I might get you if I have time and space. Yeah, the rest of these I can just do them however they want. I need lots of both. Infantry are fast-moving and very defensible. They're not as good as Matildas, but they are very good. Wow, that was all of them? Perfect. Okay, you two, I'm gonna need a road right through here. I have another worker going up. Actually, I'm gonna take him now. I'm gonna need a road through here. May need them here and here too, we'll see. And then a guy's gonna have to build them across here. Once we do that, then we should be okay. There's plenty of roads. We should be able to weave our way around, although I might add a couple more in, but yeah, I need to get that set up in case I ever do go through with my give them back to China plan, which I want to do. Then I will have an easier way to do that. Let's take our flak and move them. I shouldn't need them down here. Same thing with my artillery. No, I like my artillery here, right, because it can counterattack Japanese ships if they try to do anything. And they stay close enough. There we go. There's a lot of people in here. And they'll all be ready to move next turn. Or my planes will be, so I'm going to get my offensive units prepared. That way we can go racing forward. I do like these British commandos. They're awesome. Canada infantry is pretty helpful too. I'm sad I can't build them. I feel like I should be able to. Gurkhas are pretty good. Better offensive units than my regular infantry. For anyone who's not aware of what Gurkhas are, I think I talked about it in a previous episode, but it's actually pretty cool. They were, yeah, they were Nepalese. So they're from the country of Nepal, which is like right here. In reality, I don't know its exact size, but it's reasonably large. Kathmandu's its capital. This is like Mount Everest right around here. And because they were just so used to the harsh conditions of where they were very effective at like moving around from place to place. So the Brits made use of their soldiers. Okay, I have a couple of Valentines that I know are not going to be... Yeah, this is one of them. Yeah, that'll take all of its movement. I don't want the stack to move with that one. Not that it matters. They don't have blitz, so it's not like I need to preserve both of their movements. I'd still prefer if they attack, though, they'd be able to get into the city. Okay. The rest hurt. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna have them clean up these pollutions, just because I hate them. And then probably dig a new road all the way through here. Okay. Now, the rest of these guys. Oh, my carriers are over here. I don't have to worry about anything getting them. goodness, this is a lot of guys. Okay, so, what the heck? Everyone's awake. You all should be moving. Why are they doing that? This is super frustrating. Why is it moving one unit and then a transport? Now they all move. The world. Okay, now we're going to wake everyone who's transported, and we're all going to fortify. We're just going to try to hold this position, which, with those numbers, I think we can do. Germany is going to have to throw everything they got at us, which is a lot of infantry, a handful of bombers, a couple of panzers. They have a decent number of panzers, but not nearly as many as you might expect. A lot of motorized infantry, though. Those guys will be annoying. So they still got 4 Yamatos. They do have another transport. I think I saw that one at some point. Only one plane still. They have a new Kate. Or not plane, tank. You take out that Kate. I don't like those things. Yeah, I think we're all good over here. I'm going to move 3 more of these guys over here. Okay. And now the usual. Okay. I'm going to take 2 carriers, and then just a handful of these guys, because I have so many. Why not? Just in case someone tries to sneak a sub out there and get us, which they could. There's St. John's. Yeah, Reykjavik's pretty far up there. Go over here first. We'll see if that's close enough. And I'll have someone in Canada start building. Man. Oh, right, it's those that have 9 movement. I thought the carriers did for a second. Let's see. Libraries, manufacturing plants, Lancasters on everything so far. Are you the one who takes 8 turns to build Lancasters? I think you are. Yes, it's annoying, I know. Lancaster, yeah, it still says 3 turns. 87, so I think that's 4 turns on that one. That one takes a while. I'm going to have both of these guys build Spitfires, and everyone else can keep doing what they're doing. A couple building ground units. Once this thing finishes, it's they still need an airport? Yeah, once it gets that done, it's going to start building transports. In case I want to send some people over, I have them ready. And so that when we go to war with Russia, I might be able to land here and start taking stuff without having to go through all of this frustrating mountains and forests. It's a terrible environment. It'd be easier if we can hit them from as many angles as possible. Okay, I only have a couple of those things left that need to be upgraded still. Yeah, I think I have enough Blenheims. You go back to Spitfires. It's not very fast, but it's something. And I don't think I got anything else to do over here. I could hurry Guam's factory, but I don't think it'd really be worth it. A lot of money, and it'll get there eventually. It still just needs to grow, really. It's never going to be perfect, but it'd be neat if it could actually produce some stuff. Alright, well, let's end this turn. Yeah, we should have time to do one more turn, I think, after this one. From that point on, well, if turns keep on taking as long as they are right now, or getting longer, I'll probably have to cut it down to a turn an episode. Which I'd rather not do, but you do what you got to. Oh, I wish America luck with their conquest of Brazil. If I ever play America, first thing I'm going to focus on, which I think I've said before, is taking all of Central and South America. All of it. Because it's territory. It contributes one way or another, so you should try to get it if you can. Oh yeah, we don't have a rite of passage anymore. Jerks. Wow. Yeah, now he's unleashing every plane he's got. Which is smart. We're just gonna have to shoot them all down. My flak did an amazing job there. What are you gonna do? So I'm not gonna attack anything that's not in the blue. Because it might be within fighter cover of Paris. We're just gonna stay here destroying everything in sight until I'm satisfied with the amount of guys that I've built up and with how much damage we've dealt to them. Because I can attack and retreat as long as it's in the blue. I've got roads. He does not. Yeah, so they're just abandoning Istanbul, what this tells me. Which is the weirdest, most nonsensical thing. I guess Spain is easier to deal with than all the fortresses, but that means that these Turkish cities are useless. Because, like, you can't really do anything with any of them. You have to take them through the most inconvenient territory that there is. Persia. They can't just go over the mountains right there to Baku. They gotta go all the way around. Well, the Soviets aren't known for efficiency or smarts, so it doesn't surprise me. I just wish I didn't have to watch it all again. There's so many tanks. I wouldn't mind it if I could cut down on its numbers myself. I don't even know why I have the units here that I do. They'd be completely unhelpful. Well, not unhelpful. They would not be able to hold these guys back in a real fight. Once I get a couple Matildas, those would be much harder to fight. Especially in a city like Kirkuk. He may try to bomb Istanbul, which would be ideal, because then a bunch of those annoying bombers that he's got would get shot down. Istanbul's got 4 fortresses, and each one's got a flak of 2, I think. That makes them pretty annoying to deal with. You know, it's possible that those guys were all going into Persia because that one Turkish infantry running around somehow noticed them, or they noticed him, so they sent an entire army to go kill him. Okay, I'm gonna stop sending Spitfires to the Japanese side because we don't need them there. Yeah, your Lancaster's in 8. Yep. That is a long time. Awesome. You also built Spitfires. I'm gonna need a serious cloud of fighters. Oh yeah. Thanks for that, you jerks. They took out my granary too. Oh, this place doesn't even have a cathedral yet. Built that. I'm just gonna give it all back to China, and it's gonna be so much better than it was before. It's gonna have all these extra buildings in it and stuff. He'll have to do minimal work. Funny thing is, as far as the game is concerned, the Chinese wouldn't really know what to do with it, because it would have none of their citizens in it. It would be entirely Japanese and us. So no units actually attacked us. Just one Italian tank that is trying to get close. Yeah, no, he's definitely got fighters in Paris. I am not even going to attempt that. Yeah, I'm just going to fortify them. They're not even trying to bomb us over here anymore. Right, the old ones. Alright, why am I doing that? I have so many Spitfires I can use to deal with fighters. Got like 10,000 of these things. Okay. I didn't think he'd have more. I don't know exactly how the land is gonna fall once we take this thing. Okay, just wait on you. I'm gonna try to use a Spitfire to take out this stupid plane so I don't have to waste another black run on it. There we go. You know, upgrading units is a little annoying. So if you upgrade something and it's an elite, it becomes a veteran. Which I can understand. I don't mind that. But if you upgrade something that's a regular, it remains a regular. And that bothers me. How are they going to lose experience, but they're not going to gain experience when they're, like, being trained on new equipment, right? You make the argument, well, it's new stuff, so the old experience they had that made them an elite is no longer very relevant. Because they're learning something new. But if that's the case, then even the new recruits, produced by the same barracks that is training them, should bring regulars up to veteran, right? Frankly, I think there should be some function in the game where any regular who stays in a city that's got whatever promotion building it needs for him, for as long as it takes to heal, let's say, should just upgrade to veteran. I think that would make sense. You know, if it trains new people like that, why wouldn't it train the old ones? Yeah, we should be able to take both these cities this turn, if I'm looking at this right. Built a new tank. The way that the computer builds things is weird, too. Like, they'll build, say, this tank, and it's not fortified, right? Because they haven't even moved it. They build it, and they can't move it to the next turn, which is a weird limitation on the AI. I'm not sure why that works that way, but it does seem to. Alright, we're just going to start lighting up Tsingtao. My Blackburns can't reach it, but clearly they're doing good enough on this one. I don't need them for it. Also, I'm taking the Communist Chinese capital on my way out, or my way through. And hopefully that prompts the Chinese and the Persians to wage war on and take the other one. Which I might lend some bomber assistance to. Pretty sure these Communist Chinese cities produce one Communist Chinese infantry a turn, or something like that. That's why the Russians have Communist infantry in their stacks. Yeah, taking that one's going to be annoying. I'm not going to be able to use Blackburns for it. Of course, my Blackburns have really just been here to help facilitate the change to Lancasters. They'll pick up the slack until I can get enough Lancasters, which I have a lot of now. And imagine if I could mass them all together on one target. We'd take out the world immediately. He's down to 1. Cool. Well, let's knock this city down to like a 5 or a 6 if we can, then. Just to make it a little easier on ourselves. Lancasters, you're really underperforming right now. Underperforming. Unperforming, what's that even mean? He built 2 of those things. He's probably trying to rush Jihaz wherever he can. But the amount of soldiers and cities that he's lost, I think it's really cutting into what he's able to do. Like, places are falling into disorder all over the place, is what I'm assuming. I still have a Blenheim around here. Okay, still no defenders at Okinawa. And I think we might be able to get on top of it this turn. Ah! Okay, gotta keep an eye on that Yamato. I might move all of my Spitfires, or at least most of them, into Okinawa, if we take it. That way I can use them to clear out fighter cover around it, so that when he sends his ships out to attack, we can actually retaliate, without fear of getting all of our precious Lancasters shot down. Oh boy, I just realized what this means is he's going to sink one of these heavy cruisers, at least. I'm gonna divert you. Come on. Why? Why are they all missing? If you keep missing, they're going to get back to full health this turn. Okay, there's one down. Looks like that's the only guy left. Excellent. The rest of you swarm into Guam. I like how they're still bombing Plymouth, just out of spite. It's not like it benefits them at all. I'm hoping next turn I'm going to see some actual movement. Well, it's ours, right? And it's already worked one turn on the airport, so let's just hurry that. In the worst case scenario, it's an extra target. I've just realized. Each one of these is only 2 food, right? So this city's going to get reasonably large, but it's not going to be able to do much with that largeness. Because it's only going to be able to sustain itself off the rivers. So it might only be good for commerce, but at least it'll be good for commerce. Those river valleys do bring in money. Nothing left here but forests. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, this city is all done. Like how there's a bunch of stuff here that I can't use at all. You just head for the sheep. That's what I want, is these guys being elites. Having very effective infantry divisions is a big deal, especially when we're going to be fighting with Russia. Territory up in Siberia is awful, and you're going to need to use infantry a lot. See, having blitz on your tanks, are you kidding me, is super handy when it comes to fighting Russia too. Because their units are so awful that when you're counterattacking, usually if you have a good tank, or even just a decent tank, it's going to be able to kill whatever it's fighting. And it can generally do it twice. So if you have blitz, then you can kill a lot of Russian infantry and tanks in a very short amount of time. Oh, you're already an elite. Right, so it doesn't matter much. Well, yeah, let's just use the other commando. I can at least guarantee a win, basically. I don't need to level up the Gurkhas. Their attack is relatively low. Excellent. That pushes them back a lot. Tell you what I will use the Gurkhas and the Anzacs for, though. And one Matilda. Here, you can park right here. The rest of you go over here. It's time we fix this communist Chinese problem. I haven't been getting my Matildas in, because I've put them over here on the side. So I think I'm starting to run out over here. I should probably move the ones out of that city that they're in. I know I've been worried about Japanese counterattack, but I don't see it happening. Besides, I'd see it coming at this point. They have very limited resources, and they're busy using them all. They can't be bothered to attack a coastal city. If I do see that transport, I need to sink it immediately, because that means it probably has those Japanese Marines on it. The SNLFs are sort of terrifying. Oh, those are all of my South Africans. I was wondering why so many infantry were coming up from down here. Yeah, I think I was sending those people up to deal with that pollution, so I'll probably redirect them. Are all of these awake? All the transports? Cool. So he did still try to send a sub through, which actually surprises me. Okay, they're still on their way. Now Bismarck is not, which is weird. Maybe it's because my fleet has left and he doesn't want to pursue them over here. Okay, I've only got 3 Spitfires. I need more, but I don't have more. He hasn't really been bombing Cagliari that much. Here, I'm going to take you two. You're just going to go down to here with the others. I'll try to get all of them upgraded at once. Here, you lend 2 planes. That leaves you a little exposed, but Cagliari is less important to me at the moment. Okay, I think the only ones left to upgrade are the ones that I've just moved to Alexandria. You guys, we're going to war. And if his infantry take one step into here or here, really they'd only be able to do it here. Or if I take this and some of his men are still left, then I should be able to get the Allies to go to war with him. China and Persia, which might be around here, will move in and finish, or help finish them off. If they try to come over the mountains, I've got enough to hold them back. But I might mass together my next wave of built Lancasters over here to help wipe the city out. It'll keep producing units, so it'll take them a little bit, but if they're at war, they'll just send some infantry over if they don't already... I mean, Persia's right here. They'll probably send someone right up. And if I expose it, maybe the Russians will take it, which I don't want, but it'd be better than the Communist Chinese. At least they'd be off the map. I don't like those guys. Man, we're getting real snug with Russia up here. The more of this that we take, the closer we're going to get. So let's see. Saipan is clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still 2 turns away before it can actually make it, and then it can redirect to Okinawa. I'm hoping we figured out what this thing's doing and taken it out by that point. If I see it sail down, well, ooh, that'll be tricky, actually. I don't know that I'll be able to spot it out here, if this is where it goes. If it goes straight down, we can find it and kill it immediately. Yeah, I should have enough Lancasters to get the job done. Even the ones over here, well, maybe they can't reach it. But I'm going to move all of them from truck into Guam, and if anything shows up, we'll just bomb it into the dirt. Right, now as for down here, I shouldn't need these Matildas anymore. So we're going to wake up and send them. Oh yeah, this thing doesn't have a barracks. That's why those Valentines are taking so long to heal up. we're making really good progress on this. I'm happy with it so far. I'm really hoping they can reach these. If they can, I can just park the carriers. And then they can act as a perfect bridge. I'm assuming he's going to take a step forward. We're going to stomp him into the dirt immediately. If I can siphon off as much of the military as possible from both of these nations, I mean, we can seriously put a crimp in the future abilities of Germany to do anything. Italy I'm not even worried about. Even if they had a massive wave of those tanks, I'm not afraid of those things. They're pathetically weak as far as tanks go, and we could their defense is so low that we could wipe them out no problem. Panzers, though? I mean, Panzers are close to the equivalent of what I've got. If they do go onto this square, which I assume they will, I can use all my ships to bombard them too, so that does give us a little added bonus. Alright, so yeah, I've gone through all of this. I don't think I have anything else needs to be hurried or extra worked on. And I don't really have anything else to reposition. Okay. I'm going to cross over one more turn, and I think I'll be done. Good, we finished that road over the hill. So I don't have to worry about Belgium siphoning off an extra movement either. I don't know that I'm going to bother with telling them to get in or out of my land. I really don't care anymore. Unless they're in the way and I want to get rid of them, then I'll kick them out. That looks scary. I don't know what that thing is, but it looks like a space-age monstrosity. When did we get that pollution on our deer? They're making forests. That's a lot of work, guys. I don't know if you have it in you. Oh, I should have hurried a guy in Georgetown. Forgot about that. Maybe this wouldn't be such a problem for you, France, if you actually had right passengers. Okay, so those are going to be hitting our Blackburns and Spitfires. Really hoping our flak can keep shooting them down. There you go. Even injured, as long as they're not too injured, our Spitfires will kill those things. There they come. Oh, paratrooper. That's an SS. Or it could just be elites, but I think those are SS. Yeah, China actually gets to benefit from a rite of passage. You're a dead man. Okay, so they are still sending men in. Maybe they weren't diverting to go to Spain. It wouldn't make much sense. But, you know, this is both the computer and the Soviets, so I wouldn't really expect it to make sense either. No, they're still leaving. Okay, yeah, I have no idea what they're doing. If I see the Soviets have destroyed Turks message, then I'll know, but I'm starting to think it's not going to happen. They've taken most of Turkey, so they've pretty much, like, they've gutted the nation. It can't do anything. But the only reason that you really want to invade Turkey is Istanbul. It's a key city. It's one of the most important in the game. Especially if you're Russia. If you're anyone else, it's important because it holds Russia in place. If you are Russia, it's wildly important, so you can just get into the Mediterranean. You still have to go through that little French choke point, depending on whoever is sitting there at the time, and Gibraltar. And neither of those are usually easy to get through if you're going to war with the Allies. But at least you can get into the Mediterranean, and you have the option. And if you can get through those, then you can get out into the oceans and go wherever you want, or if you take Suez. But if you're Russia, good luck. So is he going to attack a fortress with a cavalry? Because that'd be funny. And pointless. Yeah, he seems to be throwing everything he's got at Brest, almost. He sent a couple planes up to Plymouth, but who cares? He's been ignoring Cagliari. The problem is with all this upgrading and flying around nonsense, and because it doesn't show you the movement or the activity that a fighter or plane of any kind is doing, it just says whether it's awake or active, or whether it's asleep or waked, which is stupid. You really need the information on what it is that they're doing. But because of that, I can't tell what they're doing or who needs to go where, so I have no idea how many fighters are active in any of my cities at this point. And because it's real confusing about what activates when, like that's not very clear either. Okay, so I'll irrigate along all of the squares that I can, and then put one mine there. And after I do that, I'll see if he halts at that point, which I think it will. My goodness. This place needs some work done. Took out the barracks? No, the barracks was already taken out. They didn't take anything else out yet. People are real happy. Either because we just went to another war, or because we took several cities. One of which was from the Germans. That does not happen every day. That's our first German city we've taken, right? I mean, it took Amsterdam. I guess it's technically a French city, but we did take Amsterdam only for one term. This marks our first step of what I'm hoping is permanent progress in Europe, and that will push us forward to taking the rest of Germany. I'm going to need a lot more fighters. I at least have to deal with his bombers, and then have enough to start engaging his Messerschmitts over his cities, before I can even think about doing anything else. People are real happy right now, though. I don't think I got any new... Did I get any new luxuries in? I don't think so. Maybe I did. Maybe Japan had one that I just took. In case anyone's curious why I still bother building things on those cities out in the middle of nowhere. Like a... what do you call it? Manufacturing plant. It's because the amount of shields that you have is directly proportional to the amount of money that wealth produces. And those things are going to be making wealth when they can't do anything else. So if I can get them to produce a pretty significant amount of shields, which I think it probably will. It's already at not really 27, it's at 22. That's quite a bit for a city like this. With that, that'll probably double. And then we can use wealth to make a lot of money. Unfortunately, I can't even get any luxuries out here, so these people constantly complain about one thing or another. Gonna need to grab both of them, because I can't remember what I told them to do, and I don't really trust it. There's also a pollution right here. Yeah, I'm just gonna send you down here to do this before I forget about it. And I don't think I spotted any pollution anywhere else. No, just the casual, constant growth and shrinkage of each city. That still makes no sense to me. Well, we may advance to Paris, if he doesn't send anything else at us. Although that puts us in a really tough position. Might try to take Bordeaux first. But no, Bordeaux's too easy to attack. I need to siphon some of his units. If I don't see any panzers for a while, I'm just going to build up my forces here. But if I do spot some panzers, I can start taking them out. That'll make me far more comfortable with still advancing, because if I take Paris, that leaves me open to attack from multiple angles. And I don't know where his panzers are at. I know he's got 60 of them, so if all of them are at Strasbourg, which they could be, they'll kill my entire force and take Paris back. With some losses of their own, but they'll kill everything. And that's not very conducive to my plans. All of my Spitfires are now hurt. That one's going to have to rest. I'm going to put the rest of them in the air. And I'm going to try to use the Blackburns and the Blenheims to absorb attacks. So that next turn, they can shoot down a bunch of his 88s. Yeah, he's got 11, so he is rebuilding them. Not as fast as he's losing them currently, or at least as he has lost them in the last couple turns, but he is rebuilding them. But still no sign of the Soviets over here. Of course, I wouldn't really be able to see them anyway, but that's part of the reason I have a Blenheim in here, so I can keep an eye on that spot. I think that's a new destroyer, too. I think France built that, I think in Tunis or maybe in Algiers, just to send it over here and block that off. Also, something else I've noticed. Right, these guys have no resources, but they started with a factory. They can't build a coal plant, can they? No. So it's only because they start with a factory they're able to do anything. Yeah. Okay, I never noticed that before. I'll go ahead and rush another one of them in Georgetown, because we're probably going to need it. Alright. Well, there is some other stuff that I would like to do, but I should end this one here. I still got other things to do, and I don't want it to go on too long. Alright, so we've taken Brest. We now have a foothold in Europe. Next episode, we'll see if we can further exploit this, or if we're just going to be on the defensive. I'm good with either one. I frankly prefer defensive, though, so I can ensure I'm taking out some of his units. And by the end of next episode, I'm hoping we can take Siam. Although these Persians are not going to make it easy on me. And there's so many hills that it's going to be annoying to get through. If I can take this, then I'll refocus all of our efforts over here. I might use some Lancasters to help soften up Kashgar. And depending on what the Communist Chinese do, I'm hoping I can get the other allies involved. If not, I might send I got one infantry here, I might send him across the mountains, bomb it once, just to kill whatever's inside with the Lancasters, and then take it myself. Which, actually, I'm just going to have him start that journey now. I assume that they don't have too much in here. Yeah. And I also want to check, is that the last of our Spitfires? At least our old ones. Still have one Hurricane. 84 Lancasters. My goodness. They're all over the place, but that is a lot. I didn't even see any Spitfires. Where are my good ones? 8 Blenheims, Lancasters, Blackburns, Swordfish. There they are. So those are my Mark 5s. Yeah, that's the last of my Mark 1 and 2s. Cool. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this one then. So, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.